Hey, how's it going? I'm Najee De-Tiege from Power Rangers Super Samurai, and I'm the Blue Ranger. Bow. And you're watching Toy Bounty Hunters Web TV. Ha! Ha! Go Go Samurai! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Was that cool?
Hey everyone, John here from Toy Bounty Hunters Web TV, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing my friend Najee De-Tiege.
How's it going? How's it going? Najee De-Tiege from Power Rangers Super Samurai in the building. Blue life, Blue Ranger, blue things. I'm just playing.
Some of you might recognize him. So Najee,
Cool.
let's just get right into it, brother.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people have seen Samurai. Some maybe have not. So, but before we get into Samurai,
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about yourself. Who's Najee De-Tiege?
that's me. No, I'm just playing. It's like a mini confetti. Who's Najee De-Tiege? Ha, man. Well, I grew up in Los Angeles, California. The funny thing is, there's actually an interview that we did at Savon Brands, and it tells. My father was a very big inspiration in my life, and he kept telling me, you should be an actor, you should be an actor, it should be you on that television, you. And I'm like this little kid, like, this tall, and I'm just like, I don't want to be in front of anybody. I just want to play games, and, play sports, and when I was young, I really didn't want to do anything, kind of like us when we're kids.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
We don't want to do anything that our parents tell us to do. So I went against it, and discovered other things that I had a passion for, and he didn't like that. But the interesting thing is, I actually found my way back into acting as I grew up, which was very interesting. But yeah, I when I was younger, I just had, I'm actually a nerd head myself. Like, we're doing this interview in a comic book store, by the way, and I'm just looking at
Florida.
Yeah, Epic Comics. It is what's be. If you ever see my eyes just veering off as I'm talking, I'm just like looking at all these like characters around here. Iron Man, Thor, Superman. That's the stuff I looked at when I was a kid. Of course, Power Rangers. Don't. Shout out, Mighty Morphin. What it do? But yeah, I'm just a big comic book head, and games, all that. But yeah, so when I was younger, that's what I was, and then I grew up and veered into not martial arts. Sorry, into acting and modeling. Modeling was first, and then I veered into acting a little bit after that, and I booked the Power Rangers role, and that was awesome. That was a whole different. That's a whole different story. It's just the process of booking the Power Rangers role, and then my life completely changed, just like everybody would think. I was not the same afterward, and I took up this mantle of superheroism. It's a word. You can look it up. Superheroism. At the end of it.
If not, you'll copyright it. It's copyright.
Yeah, right now.
It belongs to Najee now.
Exactly. But yeah, and I realized the impact that I could make on children's lives, and the superhero that I am, in that world, in that aspect. And that's when my mind really just became to flower on a lot of different ideas, on a lot of different concepts. And on a lot of different ways I should carry myself in my, day-to-day life, aka, changing me. So that's who I am today. I also am pursuing acting, I'm also pursuing acting as far as, other characters and, in different films. But definitely to this day, this is who I am right here.
That's really good. That's really positive. it's good that your dad he pretty much he kind of spoke that into existence in your life.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of like you're gonna be on TV one day. You know.
Yeah, definitely very positive.
Man.
He was definitely very positive with his words and getting me into a lot of things that would help me towards acting nowadays. I never noticed it. I was just like, Dad, you know.
Whatever.
yeah.
Whatever, old man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I just was like, you know. But he definitely, you know, helped me into understanding the bigger picture, and I realized as I grew older that it would be awesome to be kind of who I am today. But, you know, in my eyes, I want to go bigger and I want to, you know, go all the way. Yeah, I would have never thought in a million years, you know.
You'd be a Power Ranger.
Yeah, I played myself on iPad and everything. Blue Ranger, Kevin. Blue Ranger, Kevin. Blue Ranger, Kevin. So,
That's awesome, bro.
you know, I picked myself, but you know, that's just kind of cool to have a video game because I play video games and you know, I know it must be awesome when we meet all these kids. They're like, you know, they're like, oh my God, it's really him.
It's Kevin.
Yeah, they just flip out, just.
That's good though.
So,
you got a chance
awesome
now to be. You got a chance to be a positive role model to them.
Yeah.
Right? And like I said, and you can speak stuff into existence for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
and
because they look up to you.
Yeah, and
that's really cool, man.
And that's what we do now. We're gonna actually pick it up a little bit more in the near future. Me and my castmates from Power Ranger Samurai, we're gonna be doing, you know, martial arts appearances, dojo appearances, and school appearances.
That's awesome.
We have a very good manager behind us, and we're going to do it the way that we wanted to do it ever since we shot Power Rangers, and really just, you know, get the word out. You know, bullying is like a big thing right now.
Yeah.
It's like an epidemic. And, you know, it's so sad because it's like, you know, we want to give back and do our part to really stop that bullying, because Power Rangers, you know, even though it's a kids television show, we're all having fun, and you know, oh yeah, we beat this bad guy up, and then he you know, goes away, you know,
spontaneously combusts.
Yeah, but there's yeah, right. There's other messages, you know, other than that you know, have to do with bullying, and we could, you know, relate, and I feel that if we, you know, started at young ages, that they would really listen to us and understand that, you know, bullying is not cool.
Yeah.
You being mean to some other kid is not cool. Don't do it, you know. And we have a whole Power Rangers idea behind it that we're gonna kind of implement, and you know, it'll be cool. You never know.
That's good.
Maybe on the news.
Hey, man, it's
bullying has dropped 50%. Bullying has dropped 50% now, thanks to the Power Rangers.
That's funny too, because back in the
Blue
day,
Ranger, call me.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
That's good too, man. Because if you remember, I don't know if you remember, man. Back in the day, I mean, I remember this. There was news reports when Power Rangers came out, and the news people were talking about it. It's such a violent show. It promotes violence,
yeah.
And you know, and they obviously never, you know, they never watched it for themselves. You know,
yeah.
To see that there was always a positive message behind it, man. So that's
some people don't see it, but some people do.
Hey, you saw, man. It's good. You're a part of it.
Yep.
So you know, so you obviously you got into acting first.
Mm-hmm.
You got into that before martial arts then, or were you ever into martial arts, or was it something that came along with the role?
Both to that question.
Okay.
I was in martial arts a little bit, not as much as, you know, a lot of the kids. It was more like on and off. My mother couldn't afford. I don't want to kind of. Oops, I said mom already. I didn't want to say which one couldn't afford it, but anyway, one of my parents couldn't afford the whole martial arts. Membership to get me into it, so I got into it a little bit, you know, and I loved doing it, and then I watched and played Mortal Kombat, which actually kind of it went into my audition room because I didn't really have a martial arts set that I made, and they wanted us to do a martial arts set, whatever, at the end of our audition, and I remember I was just like, man, I don't know what to do, but I know what Scorpion did, you know, when I played him in Mortal Kombat. So then I'm like, I put a little bit of Scorpion mixed with a little Sub-Zero, you know what I mean? And I just did that at the end of my audition, and nobody would ever know.
Hey, there
You never know.
Keep it a secret.
How
They won't
good a
know
person
until-
is.
Well, now they'll know.
Yeah.
See the interview, but
The point
Take
is
that,
that
Simone.
anybody, the point that behind the reason why I'm telling you the truth is, you know, is that anybody could be a Power Ranger. It's all about your intention, your determination, and how you can better the world, and, you know, well, in this case, present that character on camera. But yeah, if anybody wants to know, it was a bunch of Mortal Kombat moves from Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Liu Kang. So
write that down.
Yeah,
Write that down.
in that order too.
There you go. Write
In
it
that
down.
order.
Tips from Power Ranger right there.
Yeah.
That's gold.
No,
That's good for
join martial arts. You'll probably have a better, you know, better shot. But that's what I did in the audition room, and it was funny. You just, you know, you'd be surprised how well a person knows martial arts, and they're just, you know, their yells like and it's all right here, like you know, you can't, you may not be punching anything or knowing how you punch, you know, but it's all in the face. It's all a bit about the intention. Yeah, and the intention was there. So
There you go.
they loved it. You know.
So how much exposure did you have to Super Sentai prior to, you know, auditioning for Power Ranger Samurai?
None.
None at all?
In fact, when I went after I got casted for Power Rangers, I was like, there's another version, but in Japanese. I'm confused.
You mean this one American?
Yeah.
American?
I didn't know anything about it. I was just like, that's a friendly fact that I didn't know. And yeah, that I looked at them briefly. I didn't study it. It was more of just like this is them. We're gonna make something different, you know. And as I was looking at him, I started creating, you know, different things in my head, how this character would be, and really just, you know, try to knock it out the park, because we were the comeback season of Power Rangers, because it went out and it was gone. It was by Disney and it died essentially, and our season, the Super Samurai season, was the essential comeback of Power Rangers on Nickelodeon.
Kind of like
So-
the rebirth.
There's a lot of weight on our shoulders, put it like that. So it could have went, you know, south, where they didn't like it, people didn't click it, they were like, oh my god, what's this, you know, and long story short, it could have just went south. You never know, you know, shows cancel all the time, and it was not lucky, but we were blessed that it actually picked up and kids actually liked our faces. So yeah, and they liked the show and the messages behind it. So we were lucky, and we put a lot of hard work into it, because we knew that we want to essentially knock this out the park, and it picked up. And, you know, even when we went in for the, you know, audition, he was like, "There's a chance, you know, it's a chance this may not happen.
This might not work.
You know,
It might be a dud."
Yeah, so we were just like, we really believed in it, and we put our all into it, sweat and tears, and you know, really try to keep it together and fluid as a Power Ranger show should be.
There you
So,
go. There you go, man.
Yeah, we were lucky. Why do I keep saying lucky? We are honored and blessed that everything went the way that it did, because we were. If you don't believe it, we all were just like, I wonder if this is gonna actually, you know, pick up, if things, you know, it's a lot of weight on our shoulders. You know, we were essentially the comeback, so, you know.
Hey, it panned out.
Yeah,
Really good.
Yeah, it panned out. I was about to say lucky again. Panned out.
So how much of yourself did you bring to your character? Like how much of Kevin is Najee De-Tiege?
I know you're not gonna believe this, but I am Kevin. Kevin is me. I present Kevin to you. You know,
We are one and the same.
We are one and the same. When you see me on TV, that is merely just me, you know, having fun. But me and Kevin are one and the same, and a lot of the similar characteristics that Kevin possesses, I do carry off into my life. it's pretty interesting. We actually, each one of us are very similar to our character. Just to answer your question, each one of the Power Rangers in my season are very similar, very 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 similar. You know, it's almost uncanny how much we actually are who we are in the show. I'm not so serious. Like in the show, I'm like, you know, comedically too serious, and you know, and almost a little uncool, and we both know. You know, in real life, I am a little too cool, if you know what I mean. So yeah, No, I'm just joking. And I smile a lot. And in the show, it's a little bit different. But
that's true. Kevin is a pretty stoic.
Yeah,
he is a pretty stoic character.
Yeah, he's definitely an interesting individual. I loved playing him. I never, not once did I say, man, I wish I could change. You know, he fit right. He fit right with me, and I was just like, and not to mention, I love blue. I love blue. Anything blue, I control. You know, I tried to go to the, you know, to the pool, the ocean, and I go to the pool and I pull the water out, and all the people just like filter, you know, to the bottom. But no, I can't control water, but I wish I could. Like in Percy Jackson.
Bro, you can control water, man. It's just a cup of water.
In real life.
Yeah, but it's throwing some's face, man.
Yeah.
I like what you said.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah. I get the cups right here, so I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Edit that part out. You know.
Too much eye contact.
Yeah. So,
No,
you know.
That's good, man. So, I mean, you know, you've had a chance to put your, essentially, man, your thumbprint, man, on Power Rangers, man, show that you grew up watching. Mm-hmm. You know, how does that make you feel? How does that just make you feel personally? I mean, just selfishly, how does that make you feel?
That I used to watch Power Rangers and I'm a Power Ranger now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, you know, the funny thing is that I grew up watching the Black Ranger, Zach, and Mighty Morphin, and we kick it all the time. Like, you know, your friend that goes with you to parties and, you know, shindigs, like, we just go. And people love us. It's hilarious.
Awesome, man.
It's cool. I hang out with him all the time. He's a really good guy. And to answer your question, like that in itself, to hang out with somebody, you know, essentially like your childhood hero, that and just do something fun, you know, not something, you know, serious, but like fun and hang out. Like, man, that's epic in itself. So I'm glad that I was a part of Power Rangers to where I can create a show on it, first of all, and be a superhero, but also hang out with the ones that originated the idea of me being who I am. Boom.
There you go.
Boom.
Boom.
So yeah, that's cool. I remember when I first met him, I was like, man, what is up? He didn't know what I meant when I said that, but I was just like, it had so much story behind it. Just, you know, I used to watch him when I was a kid, but I'm sure he gets that like all the time because, you know, he's Walter, you know, and but it's awesome that we're cool and everything's grown the way that I wanted it to happen. Because in my head, I'm like, man, that'd be so cool if you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It would be so cool to go to the club and just meet, you know, like, what kind of pickup line is that? I'm the Blue Ranger, this is the Black Ranger from Mighty Morphin. Wow. You know what I mean? You got the new, you got the old, you got, you know, it's just like, what's up? So yeah, that's how I feel about it. That's, you know, Mighty Morphin has always been my favorite. And people keep asking me, hey, do you watch any other seasons or you know, do you watch this, do you watch that? And the true answer is no. I stuck with Mighty Morphin, and I haven't watched, you know, a couple other ones since I wanted to.
That's right.
You know, I wish I could stay home and just watch Power Rangers all day, but
yeah, I remember that when we were at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, people kept asking you, and you're like,
yeah.
Well, you see.
Yeah. There's a lot of improving when people ask me certain questions, and I haven't watched any other seasons. I only watched Mighty Morphin and a little bit of Shinkenger from Samurai season, but other than that, no.
That's fine.
Nothing in this head is none but samurai.
There you go.
Samurai. Wave the samurai.
You heard it first here from the Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you so
What?
much for the
Yeah.
time, man.
Cool.
Thank you for hanging out.
You know it.
Tell people how they can reach you, because, I'm going to tell you something. This man, if you hit him up, he will answer you back with any questions or concerns. He'll get to you. So tell people how they can reach you, man, how they can get in contact.
Part of the interview. No. So, yes, you can find me on Twitter. It's at Najee De-Tiege, which is NajeeDetiege. On Instagram, Blue Rizzy, Blue Rizzy. I'm on Vine, I'm on Snapchat, I'm on IMDb, I'm just on everything. Oh, Facebook, I forgot about Facebook. I got a fan page, which is Facebook.com/actor De-Tiege, actor ACTOR, last name DETIEGE. And and if you want to add me on Facebook and be my friend, that's Facebook.com/in De-Tiege, DETIEGE 1.
There you go.
Yeah. So, make sure to follow me. I tweet back. I hit everybody back. I tweet all the time. I'm probably tweeting that right now as we're doing this interview.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
As we're doing the interview
He
right
did a couple
now.
times. He moved like water. That's why. See?
Cool.
He moved like water. That's why you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. That's how we do.
All right. Thank you so
Boom.
much again, Najee.
Yep.
Guys, be sure to hit him up.